Bees. This is the story of Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, in a cozy cottage at the edge of a great green forest, there lived a sweet little girl. Her grandmother, who loved her very much, had sewn her a beautiful cloak of bright red velvet, complete with a matching hood. The little girl loved it so much that she wore it everywhere she went, and soon everyone in her village simply called her Little Red Riding Hood. One sunny morning, Little Red Riding Hood's mother called to her, holding a basket filled with fresh bread, sweet butter, and a bottle of juice. "Your dear grandma is feeling a bit under the weather," she said with a worried look. "Biju, would you be a dear and take this basket of food to her? It will surely make her feel better." Little Red Riding Hood's face lit up. "Oh yes, please," she exclaimed. "I would love to go see Grandma." She quickly put on her beloved red cloak, pulled up her soft red hood, and took the basket from her mother's hands. As she skipped towards the forest path, her mother called out a final important warning. "Remember, stay on the path and don't talk to any strangers you meet along the way." "I promise I won't," Little Red Riding Hood called back, her voice cheerful as she disappeared into the trees. The forest was alive with the sounds of chirping birds and rustling leaves. Little Red Riding Hood knew the path to her grandmother's house by heart, so she wasn't afraid. As she walked, she noticed a patch of the most beautiful, colorful wildflowers she had ever seen, blooming just a little way off the path. "Oh, Grandma would adore these," she thought to herself. "A little bouquet would brighten up her room so much." She stepped off the path for just a moment to pick a few. It was then that a deep, smooth voice startled her from behind. "Good morning, little girl," it said. Little Red Riding Hood spun around and saw a large wolf with clever, shining eyes peering at her from between the trees. Forgetting her mother's warning entirely, she replied politely, "Good morning to you, Mr. Wolf." The wolf smiled, showing a row of very sharp teeth. "And where might you be off to so early in the day?" he asked, his voice dripping with cunning. "I'm on my way to my grandmother's house," she answered innocently. "She's not feeling well, and I'm bringing her a basket of goodies to help her feel better." The wolf's ears twitched with interest. "And where does this grandmother of yours live?" he pressed. "Oh, it's not far at all," said Little Red Riding Hood, pointing deeper into the woods. "Her cottage is just past the 3 big oak trees, under the big willow." "What a lovely day for a walk," the wolf said. Then with a swift nod he added, "Well, I must be on my way. Enjoy the flowers." And with that, he vanished into the forest. But the wolf did not go far. He took a secret shorter path and raced through the woods, arriving at the grandmother's cottage long before Little Red Riding Hood. He trotted up to the door and knocked gently. "Who's there?" called a weak voice from inside. The wolf disguised his voice to sound sweet and high. "It's me, Little Red Riding Hood," he squeaked. "I've brought you some bread and juice to make you feel strong again." The grandmother, too frail to get up, called out, "Oh, how wonderful, my dear. Just lift the latch and come right in. The door is unlocked." The wolf grinned, lifted the latch, and burst into the room. A little while later, when Little Red Riding Hood finally arrived, she found the door slightly ajar. "Grandma," she called, stepping inside. The cottage was strangely dark, with all the curtains drawn. She saw a figure in the bed wearing her grandmother's nightcap, pulled low over its face. "My grandma," she said, stepping closer. "What big ears you have. All the better to hear you with." "My dear," came a scratchy voice from the bed. "But Grandma, what big eyes you have," Little Red Riding Hood said, a shiver of unease running down her spine. "All the better to see you with, my dear," the voice rasped. "Grandma," she whispered, now very frightened, "what big teeth you have." The wolf threw back the covers and roared, "All the better to eat you with." Just as the wolf was about to pounce, a brave woodcutter who was passing by heard the commotion. He rushed into the cottage just in time, saving Little Red Riding Hood from the wolf's terrible jaws. He quickly found the grandmother, who had been hidden away safely, and reunited her with her frightened but unharmed granddaughter. Little Red Riding Hood hugged her grandmother tightly, filled with relief and gratitude. From that day forward, she never forgot her mother's warning. She always stayed on the path and never, ever spoke to a stranger in the woods again.